listening to the Chartographers.
Hello, everybody! You are listening to the Chartographers. It is a music-loving podcast for music-loving people where we take every single album by a particular artist and we rank it all from worst to first. It's a thing that we do, and if you had a time machine and you traveled back and you spoke to Season 1, Evan and Taran, if you asked them if they could do a Jay-Z episode, I'm pretty sure we could say no. I'm pretty sure we wouldn't have the level of knowledge or experience or brevity in terms of talking about this.
I feel like by the end of Season 1, I could have maybe been like, yeah, we can try it.
Not at the start, though. I don't think we would have had the maturity or the ability to process something as dense or as crazy as the artist that we're dealing with today. An extremely prolific rapper, probably arguably one of the greatest rappers of all time. And guys, listen, you know him. He is H-to-tha-Izzo. He is the hustler for the customer. He is Beyonce's husband. And most importantly of all, he is Jazzo's best friend. That's right, guys. We're talking about the one, the only, Jay-Z! Hove, if you're nasty. And the thing is, Jay-Z, man, let me tell you, born in Brooklyn, grew up, didn't actually finish high school because he was actually got involved in slinging rock and actually legitimately used that as a way to actually get his career going
Never
on.
sounded whiter. Slinging rock.
Have you ever slung the rock before? But most importantly, though, he legitimately, when he came out to making his music and pushing out his music, he formed his own record label, and essentially it was an independent artist that put out this album called Reasonable Doubt in 1996. A Notorious B.I.G. was on it. He was actually decently popular, and then gradually over time, because of his association with Notorious, he also wound up working with Puff Daddy, becoming maybe a little bit too pop, and then eventually becoming regarded as one of the most successful rappers of all time. Like, literally every single album of his has debuted or peaked at number 1, starting with Volume 2, Hard Knock Life. It's a crazy, crazy thing that he's been on, and we are going to talk about all of his goddamn albums today. We're going to rank them, because we're the Chartographers, so we're crazy people. And that's what we do. Who are the people doing the ranking? Let me tell you. First off, there's me. I'm Evan Sadi. You might know me as an interviews editor at Pop Matters. You've seen my writing in a bunch of other places, but most importantly, I hope that you know me as the co-host of Joe Budden's podcast. I'm kidding. No, I hope you know me as the host of this podcast, because I love this podcast, and if you know anything about this podcast, then you know the person sitting next to me, the Dame Dash to my Jay-Z. That's right, guys. The one, the only, Taran O'Reilly!
Hey! Dame Dad,
would you prefer I go with the Beanie Siegel?
I was expecting Beyonce.
Oh.
See?
Yeah,
opportunity.
The Beyonce to my Jay-Z.
Nope, it's too late now. You gave me something else.
Exactly, alright. Well, the thing is that, like, you and I do this thing, but we need someone else to help out. We need
damn right we do.
Yeah, we need the Timbaland to help us out on here. And because it's... And listen, let me tell you something.
He's our Just Blaze.
He's our
Timbaland.
He's our everything, basically. This is the third time he's been on an episode. You might have seen him on various streaming platforms and esports games. He is PXGiRedman, and making his third appearance, he is now a member of the Chartographers All-Stars! That's right, guys. It is Shannon White is back! Shannon! How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm probably more excited for this than I was for Kendrick.
And Outkast.
Only because, and Outkast, because it's like so much. I'm so happy to be here. And for anyone that's listening, please do not message me. Zen, shout outs to you. Do not talk to me about my opinions on this episode. Okay?
You don't even want them to talk to you about
Don't
it?
talk to me
But no,
about
I think
it.
they should talk to you about your opinions, but they should not talk to you about your opinions on Michael Jordan. Because apparently people are stopping Shannon in the streets after he made some controversial statements on our Kendrick episode.
But I'm very excited. This is one of my favorite artists of all time.
I'm so excited.
I've learned a lot from him. Mm-hmm. Granted, I don't sling rock or anything.
Yeah.
But,
Slinging rock.
This is one of the most iconic artists of my lifetime. Whenever Jay-Z goes, it's going to be a very sad day for me. So while he's here, I love to celebrate him. Mm-hmm. So I'm definitely excited for this episode. So thank you guys for having me on again.
Of course. Yeah, I mean, you let it be known to us that if there was a Jay-Z episode, you had to be on it. So the fates have aligned, and we have a lot of albums to talk about. Yeah. So just straight up, let's just talk about the ones that we have. Of course, we have the debut, Reasonable Doubt, 1996. The slightly poppier In My Lifetime, Volume 1 from 1997. There is Volume 2, Hard Hard Knock Life from 1998. There is it a Persona? Volume 3, Life and Times of S. Carter from 1999. And then, of course, there's the magnum opus that a lot of people consider the Blueprint from 2001. The double disc effort that was The Gift and the Curse, the Blueprint 2 from 2002. There is this I'm Retiring album, the Black Album from 2003. The I'm Not Retiring album, Kingdom Come from 2006. There is the not actually a soundtrack, but he still was very inspired by the movie American Gangster from 2007. There was the Top 40 Pop effort that was the Blueprint 3 in 2009. There was the Hey, you have a Samsung phone? Magna Carta Holy Grail from 2013. And there was the, by the way, I screwed things up pretty bad, guys, 444 from 2017. So that's 12 albums. That's a lot. And here's the thing. Jay-Z has more albums than that. He has a lot more albums than that. A lot of collaborations. And I kind of want to talk about, because he has so goddamn many collaborative albums, and because we've already talked about Watch the Throne on our Kanye episode, because he only had that one collaborative album at the time, I think we need to jettison all the collaborative albums. And that includes the Streets is Watching soundtrack from 1998. There is some considered a Jay-Z album still, The Dynasty, Rock La Familia from 2000. It is pretty much a Jay-Z album. There's 5 spots from other people, but Beanie Siegel is on every fucking track with them, basically. Yeah. So it's a...
And while it does have a few of his most iconic songs, unquestionably...
Gotta give it to me.
I mean, right. Yeah, it's still... We have enough to work with here that I don't...
And there's actually, that album is, even to Jay-Z, considered a collaborative effort. Because a little bit of backstory, that album was just marketed as Rock La Familia.
Yeah.
But in order to uptick the sales... They made it a Jay-Z effort. That's the only reason. So it's literally only a Jay-Z album because Def Jam thought it was a genius idea to boost the sales.
Okay.
So it was actually created, formatted, everything as a collaborative album.
As like a posse album.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. Great. Well, that makes me feel even better about not including it. There is The Best of Both Worlds, a lie of an album title, which was his R. Kelly collaboration from 2002. There was Unfinished Business, another R. Kelly full-length collaborative album from 2004. There is his mashup, remember Mashups EP Collision Course from 2004. Of course, there is his collaboration with Kanye, Watch the Throne in 2011. And then there is his full-length album collaboration with Beyonce, Everything Is Love, from 2018. And, guys, it's so many fucking collaborative albums. Yes. I don't want to talk about them.
We'd have a 3-part episode.
And we don't want to do that to you. We're not... Well, in part 8 of this episode, Rock La Familia... No, I'm not going to do it. Okay. So, we're just jettisoning all those. So, we have 12 albums left. That is Reasonable Doubt. That is In My Lifetime. That is Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3. That is The Blueprint. That is The Blueprint 2. That is The Black Album. That is Kingdom Come, American Gangster, The Blueprint 3, Magna Carta, Holy Grail, and 444 is what is up for consideration. So, that is a lot of Jay-Z albums. We're going to get into the myth, the mythos, the idea of if he is really a top 5 MC. There's so much to get into here. I'm so excited. We will debate. Opinions are open. My opinions are wide open on this, though.
Yeah.
I'm very excited. But most importantly, Shannon, you're the guest. You're the Chartographers All-Star, officially licensed, trademark. And most importantly, though, when it comes to these 12 albums, just nominating it, not saying anything definitively, number 12, what would you nominate as the worst Jay-Z album?
Okay. Now.
I'm so excited.
This is for me, this is an easier decision. This was the easiest decision. This was the only easy decision in this list. And this is my opinion. Okay.
You keep saying like it's going to be controversial.
No, it might be. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know because I don't know. Like Jay-Z, people really have different opinions.
He literally was having an argument the day of the taping with other people about what is the best Jay-Z album. Yeah.
But as far as the worst goes, my least favorite Jay-Z album is Magna Carta Holy Grail.
Thank God.
Okay. See, people will argue with me about that.
That's insane because it's garbage.
I mean, it's like
it has some of the worst beats and
that was a rare miss for Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Beat selection was an issue for a lot of people. It's just like, these are really... Jay-Z really...
I mean, it wasn't Nas. He was never had apocalyptic taste towards beats. But the biggest thing, and let's also just keep in mind in context, this is coming off of his first ever #1 in terms of Empire State of Mind. This was a Samsung exclusive album, so Samsung technically bought quote-unquote 2 million copies, so it was double platinum the day of release. It was this whole thing. And this is an album where the primary producer on it is Timbaland. And the thing is, that's an exciting prospect. But the beats that Timbaland creates for Jay-Z are so different than the beats that Timbaland creates for virtually any other artist. You think about Aaliyah, you think about Missy.
Well, I also think by 2013 we weren't getting peak Timbaland anymore.
And that is evident throughout this entire fucking album.
Yeah.
Right. And the thing, what is Jay-Z's persona? What is his aesthetic? It is braggadocio. It is always, I'm the best, I'm better than you, I'm better than any of you other rappers. That's pretty much his whole thing. And there are variations to it. There are certain, exceptions to it on a track-by-track basis. This whole album reads as almost atonal to me. Like, it is just like such a rough thing to hear from the beat of Picasso Baby. And like Taran and I had a big debate. I think Holy Grail, his Justin Timberlake collaboration, Timberlake's parts run on way too long. The beat's actually kind of cool, but Timberlake is like half the fucking song.
Honestly, the more I listened to it this week, the more I realized I like the Timberlake parts. I think Jay's verses are solid. I think the production on the verses is solid. It would be a much better song if it didn't try to interpolate Smells Like Teen Spirit for no fucking reason. What is it doing there? What is it doing in this song? It comes out of nowhere. It doesn't fit the tone or the key that the song is in. It doesn't work with the beat that's on the verses or with Justin Timberlake's part that comes immediately after it. It's just like a huge clusterfuck.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it's still the strongest song on this album.
It really...
And then there's just a bunch of crap. I like Somewhere in America a lot.
Yeah, that's breezy and it has the brassy New Orleans horns, and then it ends. Even though Somewhere in America, Miley Cyrus is still twerking, just so you know.
I mean, right, which is not the greatest lyric.
Okay, I have two takeaways from this, and only two. BBC, which is kind of this weird little Pharrell Latin number.
You like BBC?
I do.
Oh my god. This song has like, for me, this album has like 3 to 4 nominations for like worst Jay-Z songs. Beats alone. Like, when you said atonal, that's so accurate. But even like
Oceans,
the hook. I mean, Oceans isn't the worst thing on here. I'm talking about like Heaven. I'm talking about Verses. I'm talking about Jay-Z Blue.
Okay.
What's even happening on
The only
these
thing
songs?
I will say is that Jay-Z Blue, lyrically, that song fascinates me. And I feel like he undercuts his own argument, because here he is talking about everything he wants to do for his daughter. And I really feel like having a kid really humanized him to a certain degree. I think, honestly, marrying Beyonce changed his worldview a little bit.
For sure.
And the thing is, Taran and I were having this debate earlier in the week. Jay-Z's views on women in rap songs is fascinating. Because he talks about hoes. He talks about women that are already hoes, but he's never like, fuck that bitch. He's never like, like smack a hoe. He's always like, let's just go to a place where hoes are. Let's enjoy the hoes that are there.
Let's go see some hoes.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Like he just wants to fuck the hoes.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that. But then he stops talking about that once he got with Beyonce.
Yeah.
Like, that totally dropped.
And, like, it's one of the weird things. I'm not saying that Jay-Z's a feminist, necessarily. He's got a couple questionable lyrics.
Especially early
time.
on.
Exactly. But it's one of the things where, like, in terms of everything else that was going on in the rap game, especially when you think about gangster rap, like, it's surprisingly tasteful to a degree.
So, like, I just dislike this album. I completely hate Holy Grail. Like, I hate that it exists.
That's fair.
Yeah.
It's mostly because I don't like my rap records to have such a poppy sound like that. Like, it's not like it's soulful to me.
You love Jay-Z. Because, like, he's been on a journey with that.
Right, yeah. But it's like some of them do it well, but this is like too, like, if it was just Justin Timberlake, I would probably like the song more.
I think
like if it was Justin, it almost feels like Justin Timberlake made a song, had a concept. Jay-Z heard Justin Timberlake on the track because Justin Timberlake and Timbaland have a long-standing relationship as well.
Years.
So I feel like Timbaland played this song for Jay-Z, and Jay-Z was like, "Oh, I jump on. I could put some verses on that, put on the album." Like, it doesn't seem as like planned out as Jay-Z's songs usually are. And I just and again, this is at the point where I really hate Justin Timberlake.
Yeah.
Like, It's like...
Right, he was very saturated at this point.
Yeah,
This was
so I'm
right
like...
after 2020 experience.
Yeah, and it's like...
And that's the thing that frustrates me about Jay-Z Blue is he's talking about the idea of, like, growing up and seeing so many absent black fathers, because he grew up in a household where his father left, so he's basically, you know, raised by Gloria Carter, like, and he dealt with families like that, and he doesn't want that for his Blue. He's insulated with millions of dollars, I'm not worried about that. I like that he addresses that. And then the very next song, La Familia, he talks, like, to some other rappers, he talks about, like, put your dresses up for me to see, because I think I can see your ovaries. And it's just like, God, come on. Like, you're undercutting your own fucking arguments here. So, I'm not gonna argue Magna Carta Holy Grail. I want to toss out my nomination that I would have for worst year. I'm not sure how controversial it's gonna be, but for me, there's some good songs off of Volume 3, The Life and Times of S. Carter, but there are some horrendous songs on there. And I feel like, honestly, Volume 2, Hard Knock Life, had the song Hard Knock Life. It was kind of his pop breakthrough to a degree. It samples fucking Annie, the musical Annie. And that's
and I loved it.
astonishing. And then Beanie Siegel later Jay-Z hopped in that one song, Anything, you know, Anything,
Oh, I love
Anything.
that song.
And, you know, exactly, which is
I
just
love
like,
that song.
oh, you're copying that fucking formula, man.
Yeah.
But like, and I feel like a lot of rappers may have viewed it like, oh, you fucking sold out, man. I mean, a lot of people said with Volume 1 because they had the sleeker Puff Daddy production on there.
Yeah, and you had Sunshine.
Right.
And all this stuff, which is why he put out Streets is Watching.
Yeah.
Because of the backlash from Volume 1.
And I really feel like Volume 3 is a reaction to even more. I feel like this is him going as fucking hard as he goddamn can.
Right.
And like, not even him going hard, I feel like he's doing the pose of like, I'm a fucking gangsta. That's the whole fucking point of it. And the thing is that I am fascinated with Jay-Z's fascination of old school gangsters. The Scarface, okay, I'm reloaded. That line shows up at least 3 times across his discography. He loves Frank Sinatra.
Yeah, take a drink every time he says Sinatra. I mean, fuck.
You will be drunk.
Yeah.
You will be drunk.
Like, and that's part of the reason why I think when he saw Black Gangster, when he saw, like, Has growing up and seeing all these gangster movies, and it's just white guys, older white Italian guys, playing the, you know, being embodied in these roles, seeing a black guy do that, I feel like he connected with that instantly. It's just like, oh, fuck, that's exactly what I want. Which is, spoiler alert, I think American Gangster, one of his better albums, but...
We're gonna get there.
Oh, yeah. But that's why this one here, like, listen, Big Pimpin', he's disowned it. He thinks it's kind of a trash song.
I don't like that song as much anymore.
Look,
And I blame clubs for that, because they play that song every single club you go to, and it's like, it's old. Like, stop playing this song. We're over it.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan.
I get that.
You like it?
I still really like it.
You like
I
it?
jam.
Do.
It's fun.
Well, because I haven't listened to it a ton.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm familiar with it. It was a fucking hit. But,
Yeah.
like, I haven't listened to it to
I'm
death.
tired
So,
of
like,
it.
Yeah.
when I sort of rediscovered it this week, I was like, oh, fuck, yeah, this song. So it's still probably, like, one of my
When I heard that song, it was like, oh no, this song.
But it's like, unfortunately, it's like the only thing that's saving this record.
Honestly, you might be right there, because, like, Do It Again is very, atypical. It's so boring. 12 a.m., we go to the club. You know, it's just, like, one of those kind of, like...
Yeah, like...
timestamp rap.
Yeah, like...
Sorry, you finish.
Volume 3 was more so him trying to get the street hits and stuff like that, it appears to me. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of Volume 3. Like, it has a couple moments. I like So Ghetto personally.
Okay.
That's I see that.
I like So Ghetto personally, but...
Kind of like Come and Get Me, because I like the bravado of it. Like, it's very daring.
Okay, but this has things that you do on it.
Oh my god. So, are you familiar with Shitty Flute? Are you familiar with this YouTube channel where they just do, like, flute versions of songs? Like, when I hear the fucking Swizz beats to the fucking things you do with Mariah Carey, boo, 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 and it's just like, wow, how is this a song? And, like, I told Taran earlier in Research Week, I'm like, are my ears just, like, not ready for fucking 1999 rap beats?
And the thing is, like...
Holy shit.
I've made no secret that I hate Mariah Carey, but I will also say that when she, like, actually fucking sings, she is very talented. The problem is that about 70% of the time, she's giving one of these.
Yeah.
And so when you have just, like, this shitty flute beat with, like, her whispering on top of it, it doesn't even matter what Jay does.
Yeah.
Like, the song is lost.
And again, going back to the whole Timbaland making bad beats for Jay-Z, or, like, lesser beats or whatever, Snoopy track is on there with a Juvenile.
I'm glad you guys are the ones doing this. So
Okay,
I don't get the heat
Holy
because
shit.
I'm
No, absolutely. right.
we're in agreement
Yeah.
on, and
All right.
I'm not a.
Yeah.
Well, I don't need to talk about any. I just
Great.
don't like
Can we?
it.
Are we Magna Carta Holy Grail?
Oh yeah, number 12.
Number
That's
12,
so easy.
Volume
That is
3,
so
number 11.
easy. How do you feel about that, Shannon?
Oh, I agree with that.
Okay, good, great.
Because this is where
I
it
am-
gets difficult.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy.
I'm
number
really glad
12,
we got
Magna
this out of
Carta.
the way.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah.
All right, number 10, Taran O'Reilly, dear friend and student, scholar of pop music. What would you nominate?
Oh, gosh,
of
give
what
me
we
a
got
second.
left? Okay.
I had those two so solidly in my mind, and now I'm like, so at this point, it's unfortunately the later era, and for me, it's between like Kingdom Come and Blueprint 3.
Okay.
Oh, that's very interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Walk us through a little bit of your thoughts there.
So Kingdom Come, there's a lot of like just meh songs on here. Like, what was it? Oh, Do You Want to Ride with John Legend?
Oh, yeah.
Like,
the only Kanye
I
production
love
on the
that
whole album.
song.
you do?
Yeah.
I love. Okay.
Oh.
I love. But I want to let you get your opinion out.
Yeah.
And then I will counteract because to be
Okay.
clear, for me, the next two slots for me would be these two.
Oh,
Wait, really? Really?
Yes.
Really?
These would be the next two for me. Well, I might slip in. It'll be between three.
Okay.
There's one other that could be in with these three.
great.
Okay.
We'll talk about these and then you would.
Right.
Yeah. So,
Kingdom
yeah.
Come's the album where he falsely says 40 is the new 30, and that's just a fucking lie that he does not need to perpetuate
This one, too,
to
it's like-
audiences.
I think Hollywood is a really fun song, but it's basically a Beyonce song, let's be real.
Yeah.
Beat, vocal, I mean, she sings like
Yeah.
half of it.
I mean, he kind of needed it.
Right.
Well, right. I mean, especially when you look at what else is on this record.
Right.
Like, the title track has some fun production on it, but it doesn't quite have the impact I think it's trying to. I will say that across the board, if he has an opening song called Interlude or Prelude, I'm probably into it, just like beat-wise alone.
Because the prelude here
he
is
knows,
fucking great.
Yeah.
He knows how to fucking set the stage for his records. Absolutely. But honestly, those are like, I don't really have any highlights
What
off
do,
of
what do you
here.
think of Show Me What You Got? AKA Jay-Z Goes Vegas.
Yeah, you know,
Which feels
it's-
like a pose he was just leaning towards for the longest time.
It's
yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
It's neither a positive
I
or
feel
a
like
negative.
literally if Jay-Z did a residency at any Vegas casino, that would be the song he opens with every
But this
single
was
night.
also like Beach Chair with Chris Martin.
I kind of like that. I'm not
Really?
gonna lie.
I like
do.
Beach Chair.
Yeah. Like some of the and the fact that Chris Martin was the producer on that is
Yeah.
like whoa. I kind of like. There's a little bit of an emotive aspect to it, which is like interesting. I think he uses Chris Martin well. That I think it's actually a surprisingly successful feature. I'm just blown away that Lost one, the one with who is that
Chrisette Michele?
Chrisette Michele. That's a Dr. Dre beat. Dr. Dre, like Timbaland, has beats throughout the Jay-Z landscape, which I'm like, you produced that? Like, not in a good way. Like, it's just
Oh,
kind
you
of
don't like Lost One?
Lost One's fine. You know, like, for me, personally. Like, it's just interesting because you gotta keep in mind.
Shannon's so confused
Yeah, I know,
right
no.
now.
But
No.
the thing is, I think for people to know, the Black Album in 2003, that was Jay-Z's retirement album. He let people know he's going away. Like, and that's
so-
the thing. And so, like, it was kind of a last gasp. A lot of people were just like, oh shit. He had that film, Fade to Black. He closed out Madison Square Garden. Then randomly put out the fucking R. Kelly albums afterwards. And then he was made president of Def Jam at that point. So it's just like, alright, Jay-Z's done. He's just gonna be a label guy now. That's fine. And then, like, oh shit, he's back. And I feel like that's one of the biggest things about Kingdom Come is that even when you just look at it in the sense of all his other albums, there's kind of a little bit of a disappointment because, like, you're back. He's finally. This is what you're trying to say. This is the album that you want to come back on. Like, it's.
I also feel
alright,
like it just
you
has
know?
like, especially after Just Blaze and Kanye both knock it out of the park on the Black Album. You look at their beats on Kingdom Come and it just like doesn't hold up. You know, not in the same way that like you've come to, and especially over the years, we've come to expect great productions from
Right.
both of those people. And I feel like they just don't quite show up on this album. I'm not sure why.
So who
But-
shows up on Blueprint 3?
Yeah, great question. Who shows up?
Alicia Keys does.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah!
A duck does on Run This Town.
Oh my god.
Also, Rihanna sounds like she doesn't want to be there.
She
Rihanna
always sounds like, though. That's her
okay,
thing.
that's
Yeah.
not true. Just like most of the time.
Yeah.
But it definitely Run This Town. Her take on Run This Town to me sounds like she was working on it with Kanye before she knew it was gonna be a Jay-Z song. And, like, she should have tried harder. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or, like, maybe she recorded the vocals before the beat was done.
Yeah.
And she didn't realize the song it was gonna turn into.
Yeah.
Like, it just...
Yeah,
it
I
doesn't-
could have done without Rihanna
Yeah.
on this song.
What do you think of this album?
Okay, so this is the conflict. This is where my argument from earlier
It's the
stemmed
gift
from.
and the curse.
It was between Kingdom Come and Blueprint 3. Now, for me, if you would have asked me this same question 4 years ago, I would have been like, Kingdom Come is the worst Jay-Z album.
Yeah.
But I actually don't hate this album.
Okay.
Like, it's in my mind. And then I can run through the things that I like about the album. The prelude is dope. I like Show Me What You Got. I really like Lost Ones is one of my favorite Jay-Z songs, period.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Lost Ones one because that's the first time now.
And
Mind
Do You Want to Ride? Yeah.
Right, now, mind you, this is at a time where Jay-Z was still like this mythical thing. Like, we don't hear anything about him or his personal life as much. He's made some personal songs, but for the most part, especially when it comes to him and Beyonce, you don't know anything.
Right.
But
Which
this song,
yeah.
he was so revealing. He talked about his nephew dying in the crash, and it was a car that he bought, so he kind of battled with, like, I'm kind of responsible for it in a weird sense of a way.
Yeah.
And then talking about, the struggle between him and Beyonce and her stardom and him on the relationship. And this was the first sign of I've matured. Like, I'm kind of past just the drug talk, just that stuff. Like, I'm evolving more as an artist. A big knock at Jay-Z early on was that, like, he kind of stayed in his pocket as a rapper. The first time he really branched out into something different was Hard Knock Life Volume 2, when he came out with the Annie samples and things like that. So, but on Kingdom Come, for me, it was like, this is a, like, different Jay-Z. It's not just the Kingpin anymore, not just the lyrical miracle. Now, granted, it's very clear he wasn't in rare form. Like,
Yeah.
Yes.
like rapper-wise, he was not the Jay-Z that we're used to.
It was an album.
But it was an album, and I feel
It
like...
should have been an event. And, it was an
and
album.
in my mind, I feel like it was an effort.
Uh-huh.
Like, and I enjoyed Beach Chair. I enjoyed Lost Ones. I liked Hollywood. Yeah, they're definitely
Minority Report, I think, was a horrible miss. I feel like for him trying to be like, talking about the government response to Katrina is...
I like what it's trying to...
Yeah, I like the
you're
message.
right.
I like the
Exactly.
message.
Yeah, but very frequently there's a lot of times where I like the message and he doesn't always stick the landing in certain degrees. But real quick, Shannon, Blueprint 3.
Okay. I hate that for auto-tune. Everyone loves that song. Everyone loved it when it came out.
Everyone loves it.
Everyone,
No one in this room does.
everyone liked that for auto-tune when it came out. It was a big song when it came out.
Yeah, because I feel like, especially at the time, autotune was still pretty prevalent. So for Jay-Z of all people to declare death of it, there was more of I feel like it was more representative of other things.
2009 was the height of auto-tune.
And he was sick of hearing it too.
Yeah.
So like, I gave him credit for at least
standing up for it.
Right, but I feel like that's the thing. A lot of people associate him with like he's the guy who took a stance instead of necessarily it's a great song.
Like, no, it's not. I don't like that song. But this is where some of the conflict for me, because after my argument earlier with my friend, it kind of made me reevaluate some things a little bit. Because there's a couple songs on here that I re-listened to. I'm like, I actually like these more than I thought I did.
Shannon, can we have a moment?
Yes.
What do you think of On to the Next One?
Oh my god, I'm so tired of that damn song. I hate that song. And the thing is, I don't necessarily hate the beat, but it's just like,
I fucking love that
song.
song.
Do you? I hate that song.
Taran hates it just with an absolute passion.
I hate it.
No, I hate it. Podcast, I hate it. Chartographers listening, I hate that song. Like, please know that I do not like that song. If that song was a person, I would not like that person.
Right. Oh, wow. Okay. Fair and clinical
Would
analysis.
you say
there.
that you would hate them?
Yes.
Because I hate
Yeah, featuring Kanye West.
featuring Kanye West.
Off the Blueprint 3.
I think
Look,
it's
that's...
fun. You see, I think it's rich. I think it's rich to have Death of Autotune on the same album where you have Hate, where Kanye's using like the full keyboard Bon Iver.
And then you have, but then you think about all of that. You think about So Ambitious featuring Pharrell. I really feel like Blueprint 3 was him like a very specific. I'm going for the top 40 kind of.
Yeah,
song. I feel like
and that was my issue with the album. It sounded way too I'm chasing the radio.
Yeah. Well, and then Magna Carta was even worse on that.
Yeah,
Like,
except
he
way
didn't
Magna
learn
Carta
his
failed
lessons.
at that. Right.
Right.
Exactly.
And I think Blueprint 3 charted as far as like outreach without, I mean, granted, you know, Mike Carter had the deal with Samsung, so he's gonna do good regardless.
Yeah.
But it's like, wasn't. That's why I appreciate Kingdom Come a little bit more. Is because while it wasn't the strongest Jay-Z we've experienced, it was like he gave us more of himself with songs like Lost Ones. I love Beach Chair and things like that. I love Kingdom Come. Now, granted, I definitely 40 was never the new 30.
Right.
But that song was literally made as a response to Jim Jones, who was dissing him because he was old.
Right.
So a lot of the reason why I feel like this album was how it was is because it's like, these rappers don't remember I'm Jay-Z.
Well, yeah.
But when he did it, it was like, well, you're not the Jay-Z you once were because you've been so kind of out of tune.
Okay.
I feel like he made Kingdom Come because he felt like he needed a comeback, not because he was inspired to have one.
Well, it's a bit of both. I feel like it's a bit of both because his inspiration for coming back was to prove to people that I'm still Jay-Z. Mm-hmm. But he was kind of off his mark some. Mm-hmm. Because, I mean, all Jim Jones did for like a whole year was talk about him being old. Like, that was it. And it was funny.
And look at him now. Hey, but the thing is, I really feel like, and we'll get into this later, especially in the part 2 episode, but I really feel like Jay-Z is best when he is inspired or when he's like pushing back against something. Mm-hmm. I really feel like Reasonable Doubt is good because like he's hungry. He wants to prove himself. He has a song on there with Notorious B.I.G. where they are like going at it right there. I feel like Blueprint was a response to maybe all of the volume like criticisms there of just like, I am going to prove that I am the greatest no matter what. Like, it's like whenever something like inspires him, when a movie American Gangster inspires him, it really like gets him going. And so that's why like for him to like be inspired to go for the top 40, fine or whatever, but like
if it doesn't work,
it was just too pop.
And I will say
too pop.
So it's a 2-person podcast now, which is great. But I will say, it's one of the things like I felt like Blueprint 3. I felt like I kind of enjoyed it for being the pop thing that it was. But after talking to you guys, I think like I don't really have much of an argument to stand on. I'm just more surprised more than anything else that Blueprint 2 hasn't come up yet. Personally.
Really? Oh, okay. See, first of all,
Really?
that surprises me too.
Really?
That surprises, and I will tell you, I will tell you why when we get to that album. Because personally, for me, if Blueprint 2 condensed itself, it could have been one of his greatest albums of all time.
You mean Blueprint 2.1?
Exactly. Like, because Blueprint 2 was so long, it had so many misses on it. In between so many hits on the mark. But I would put it, I was not thinking Blueprint 2 at all. I would put an album before both of these.
Okay, so at the very least though, can we say number 10, Blueprint 3, number 9?
No. Oh no, I would put an album
Shannon
before
has
those.
another nomination.
Volume 1 would go before those.
Oh. Interesting.
Not a big fan. Not a big fan of Volume 1.
I'm so surprised by that.
The City Is Mine, featuring Blackstreet, probably one of my favorite Jay-Z songs. Not necessarily lyrically, but I love the production on there. It's like it's the sort of thing that wouldn't show up until like much later in his career. Like, because Volume 2 and 3 were so like bare bones late 90s like gangster rap productions. Like, but City Is Mine is a lot more like, it's pop, frankly, and in a way that he wasn't like comfortable doing again for another couple years. I also really like Lucky Me. I think Streets is Watching is solid. I mean, it also has I Know What Girls Like, which is pretty terrible.
One of the worst songs. And listen, the original Waitresses song that they sample on there is like kind of iconic, but like it's been interpolated so many times so terribly, this being the worst example of it. Genuinely though, one of my highlights off of Volume 1 is Rap Game Crack Game, because I love the way that he kind of basically is telling how he's gaming, or at least playing the industry, much as what he was doing in the streets. Right. I actually, when he was slinging rock, as they say. But the thing is that like, I really kind of appreciate that. And for me, like, I know this is Puff Daddy that's taken over a lot of the production duties on this album. Yeah. I think he plays it pretty well, because I think Puff Daddy is worse when he's obvious, when he just so blatantly grabs a fucking 80s song and just has someone sing over, which he does for a lot of his other things, even though I really like Faith Evans, everything he does with her, but whatever, that's its own separate issue. I never knew we had.
I love that song.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's like an all-timer.
Right. But, I don't know, for me, Volume 1, like, I don't know, I got more enjoyment out of listening, because again, you know, this is pretty much your ranking kit, so there's going to be different opinions, and I'm fine with conceding But just for me personally, as a fan of music, I got more enjoyment out of both Kingdom Come and Blueprint 3 than I did out of In My Lifetime Volume 1. And again, it could be a victim of time and things like that, because again, I wasn't big on I didn't get big on Jay-Z until Volume 2.
Oh, okay.
So, and I didn't even listen to Reasonable...
You love that Annie song.
Yes, I love the Annie song. And I didn't even really, like, even Reasonable Doubt and stuff like that, I didn't really pick up on that. Like, really, I've heard it, but I didn't really re-listen to it until, like, my college and things like that, when I was, like, at my most... I need to dissect lyrics. Like, what are you saying? What are you saying that doesn't mean what it means? It means something else.
Right.
So, like, that's when I was really into, like, my lyrical miracle rap artists and stuff. And so when I found Reason, but I was like, Jay-Z's, like, he's a god. But at the time, for Volume 1, it was just, like, even revisiting it, just, like, it's cool. Like, I don't think it's... And that's what's weird. Maybe that's not the right to even rank it below those. But for me personally, it's not that it's bad, the album's horrible, anything like that. Me personally, I just found more enjoyment and what I took from Kingdom Come and Blueprint 3.
See, I gotta disagree.
That's fine. And again, like, I know my opinion, especially on the later. Oh, y'all think this is crazy. Wait till we get. But like, again, for me as a music listener, I tend to gravitate towards what kind of captures me when I'm listening.
Right.
And everyone loves Streets is Watching. Streets and Watching is like a cult classic for Jay-Z fans. Mm-hmm. I was not a big fan of it. Even the movie. It was terrible acting.
What, Jay-Z's a terrible actor? What?
It was terrible acting. It just wasn't for me.
Yeah.
But I can concede to that, but that's what I would think.
I would say let's vote for Blueprint 3 at number 10 and Kingdom Come at number 9, would you say?
Sure.
Okay, just because I want to kind of get those out of the consideration right
Right.
now. We could talk about Volume 1, certainly. I guess I'm just a little surprised that that's the one that you'd come up with
Yeah,
next. Well,
because-
at the very least,
I
yeah.
like Volume 1 more than I like Volume 2.
What?
All right, well, okay, let's talk about... Walk us through Volume 2 a little bit, Shannon. What was your opinion? Because this is the one that you came into...
Yeah, so I did...
You came in the era, too, right?
Yeah.
When it came out.
When this came out, this is when I caught up to it.
Okay.
And, I mean, I don't know if Jay-Z has had a bad intro or anything like that. I love the intro. I love the Annie song, like everyone does.
I don't, but...
And while I like the Originator 99, Jigga What, Jigga Who, only because I like the fast flow with Jazzo and everything like that. This is when I had the song with Emil, when we were introduced to Ja Rule. I love that song.
I love Jigga What, Jigga Who. Is it...
God, Reservoir Dogs. I love Reservoir Dogs.
Can I get a what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That one?
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then
I
the
fucking
song,
love that one.
and I guess I like this album because this was at a time where Jay-Z was rapping with the fellow juggernauts. Mm-hmm. So, prior to, you didn't really see, like... I mean, granted, Jay-Z has kind of done that even on Reasonable Doubt because he did the song with Biggie. But this is when, at that time, the juggernauts... So, Ja Rule was the upcoming juggernaut.
Right.
The two juggernauts at the time was Jay-Z and DMX. Mm-hmm. So the fact that they were making music together and it was gritty, it was hard hitting. This was around the time they went on tour and did arguably one of the best hip hop tours of all time. The Hard Knock Life tour that had Method Man, Redman, had we were just talking about them earlier with Sticky Fingers. Onyx had Onyx on it. Had Rockefeller. Had everybody. Everybody was on this tour, and it was just like, so it's just, then they're making music together, and then I love the features with DMX, I love the features with Ja Rule on here. I even like the feature with Too Short, because at this time I wasn't the biggest Too Short fan, but I like A Week Ago. It's just like, I don't know, this album, and again, this is probably because I discovered, this is what kind of made me really discover Jay-Z. I loved it.
I will say, I do like a lot of the verses on here.
Yeah.
I think that especially, I'll give you that compared to In My Lifetime, I think the verses on Hard Knock Life are better, but I think that the hooks are weaker, and that's why I usually go back. I think that Money Cash Hoes is lazy, and I think I disagree. I think the verses are good, but like I just roll my eyes when they get to that chorus, and like that happens a couple times on here. Also, why did we need a sequel of Coming of Age?
Now that is my biggest issue. I don't think Coming of Age ever needed a sequel.
Okay. Yes.
And the sequel did not live up to the original, because the original was so like, this is good, this is so creative. I didn't like the sequel.
Right. And the thing is, yeah. That's fine. The original, I mean, I love the original and the fact that he's just giving so much, like, fatherly advice. It's just like, I'm rearing you up, I'm showing you what is what, and it's just like, there's something, like, nice to see about that. There's, like, friendship, there's bonding, there's, like, aspects on here. So I don't necessarily hate it, but I feel like Volume 2 is very much still, to a degree, a street pop album. It is one that very much, you know, kind of like...
yeah, it was definitely, I'm going to make the street records, but hey, industry, like, you hear this? Annie, like,
I know, yeah.
Like, I got everybody.
The Annie one just feels like such a misnomer throughout all of it. And weirdly enough, I guess apparently he was nominated for a Grammy for that song, but he refused to attend the ceremony because DMX also did not get nominated. And this, of course, is, 1999, so this is 1998, so this is right around Ride or Die, Rough Riders Anthem era.
Yeah, well, this is when DMX was the top.
Yeah.
Even over Jay-Z, in my opinion.
He had 5 number 1 albums in a row, which is just like blows my mind because he is not good.
You don't think
I have yet to hear, I mean, like...
I love DMX. DMX. Like, he has a very different style. He's not typical like any other rapper at that time. Like, I don't even necessarily know what his influences were or anything like that, but he was pretty offshoot. So, like, if... I can definitely understand, especially like if you're revisiting stuff and you're like you have an idea of what rappers rap like and things like that. Hearing that, it's so far left, you just like, it sounds kind of weird. But those albums, I love those albums. Dark and Hell is Hot. Like, what? Like, DMX goes up there for me in like my list when it comes to the greatest artists. When you talk about top 20 after it's all said and done, DMX is up there for me personally.
That's amazing. Yeah. All right. So as soon as he does a collaboration with Jay-Z, you're like, you're there. Absolutely. Yeah. I know. So here's the question then. Are we really having a discussion between Volume 1 and Volume 2 at this point? Because honestly, and I'm going to bring it up again, Blueprint 2 still is sticking out there for me.
There's some great shit on Blueprint 2.
Yeah, but see, that's the problem with Blueprint 2. Because it's such a long album, and it has good moments, but it has some very
And you have to weight both of them together. I know there might be some highlights on there comparative to the other ones, but God, the bad ones.
Honestly, I think Blueprint 2 is a better record than you're giving it credit for. Like, is it coming up soon? Sure, but I think that Volume 1 and 2 are absolutely below it. We can talk about it if you really want to.
Yeah.
I'm gonna, like, fight.
You can fight for Hovey Baby as hard as you want.
Hovey Baby is perfectly fun.
It is a fucking stupid ass, terrible song. Oh my god, really? Holy shit. Alright, let's talk about it. We're talking about it.
Come on. Hovey Baby is like, it's goofy. It's like...
He's rapping though.
Yeah. Yeah,
it's Hovey
Baby. He gives
Baby.
some great performance. The Watcher.
I'm so far ahead of my time. About to start another knife. Look behind you. I'm about to pass you. Like, those lyrical gymnastics he's doing on Hovey Baby.
No, they are lyrical gems though. They're gymnastics, so I get it. It's fine.
It's just like, what? Like, Jay-Z really...
Honestly, can I be honest here?
Okay.
I don't like 03 Bonnie and Clyde. I really don't.
Okay.
Exactly.
I can understand that. I'm not like...
There are so many Jay-Z Beyonce collaborations.
At this point,
that, like,
that's on the lower...
It doesn't even reach the top 10 of those for me.
Yeah.
But... It's good enough.
I think him singing that chorus is what kills me. All I need in this life is sin. I'm like, okay, you can stop now.
I mean, with that song, the reason why I wasn't the biggest fan of that song is because I know that Tupac wasn't the biggest Jay-Z fan at the time. Like, before he passed and stuff like that. Because, with the East Coast, West Coast thing.
Right.
So I always find it odd when artists would do or redo some of the work that Tupac has done previously, knowing that he was not a fan of them. Same thing with Nas. When Nas was on that Thug's Mansion song off of that Resurrection album. And it's just like, Pac really, like, he didn't like you.
Yeah.
Like, I just find it weird to go back and remake songs from classic songs and stuff like that, because that's from a Tupac song.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's cool, though. Like, I don't hate it, but I'm not, like, when I think of Jay-Z, even Jay-Z and Beyonce's, I'm not going back to that song personally. That might be the first time you really heard it, but it's not like, that's not high on my list or anything like
Isn't
that.
the Talking Heads sample on here?
Yeah, I believe so.
I forget which song it is.
Me too. But it's on here. Yeah, I think it's on Fuck All Night, if I'm not mistaken.
No, because that's different.
Yeah.
It's not Fuck All Night.
I will say...
Although I do like Fuck All Night.
You know what I do like on here, though? And here's the thing. I am saying this because I wouldn't say there's necessarily the worst songs on here, although A Ballad for the Fallen Soldier, I don't know what the fuck is happening on that. Or Too Many Hoes. Like, that's fun, but, like, also,
it's fun.
That's
the thing is, like, I feel like even the songs were, like, on other albums, I'd be annoyed because the production wasn't up to snuff. On here, I'm just like, yeah, it's fun.
It's fun enough,
it's like,
right.
I don't need to listen to it a ton, but it's not like...
Yeah.
Oh God!
Diamonds
please
is
turn this
Forever.
off. Well,
That's
okay,
pretty bad
that's
for
a
me.
pretty bad one.
So here's the thing. I do have some highlights on here. I do feel like it should at least be in the conversation. For me, Pop and Tags.
Big Boy bodied him. Big
my-
Boy bodied
absolutely.
Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Big Boy
Absolutely.
bodied Jay-Z.
Yes.
I would say, honestly, I think Jay-Z picks pretty shitty collaborators
I would agree.
overall.
100%.
And I think part of that is so he does not get bodied. He gets bodied, in my opinion, twice in his discography, by Big Boy and by Eminem. And, like, across the board...
We will talk about that.
Across the
We
board,
will talk
I
about
think
that.
the rest of the time, when he has a guest, his guest, like, shows up and you're like, I kind of wish Jay-Z was still rapping.
Yeah. Shannon, do you agree with that, or do you feel like he's been bodied other times in his discography?
I feel like he's been bodied other times. I have a different take on Renegade. But again, we'll get to that when we get to that album.
Okay, that's perfectly fine.
Renegade!
Yeah, the chorus is something to be desired. You know what other song I kind of liked in here? I kind of like Meet the Parents, because that was like, for him to... I feel like the Blueprint 2 is still at a very much an expansive... I feel like it's still kind of in the discussion of what a pop album is for him. But I will say that it's nice to hear him not only go Still Be That Hood, but also to actually talk about something, an emotional story, and like really invest in it. And like, that's probably one of the more tear-jerking, one of the more like horrific stories that he's ever heard. And it's on this very bloated, very super extravagant album here. Like, there's enough things to like off Blueprint 2. I feel like there's just so many other songs on here. There's just like, and maybe they're not the worst songs.
Right,
but
they're kind of like whatever.
Right.
There's
and the
a
thing
lot
is
of
that,
filler.
Right, and the thing is that, but like, and as much as we think about the highlights, the filler does have to be consideration because we're considering both albums as a whole, you know?
Yes, agreed, but I still think that Volumes 1 and 2 have worse songs than what's on Blueprint 2.
Okay.
I think just beat-wise across the board, Blueprint 2 is more interesting. It's more innovative. Is it as good as the original Earth, Wind, and Fire? No, but As One is a
Is it good as the original Blueprint?
Is it?
Fuck no.
Well, right. Obviously not.
Yeah.
That's why we're talking about it now. But, like, As One is a really fucking fun little posse song. I love the original thing it samples, but it does, they add just enough to it to, like, really pump it up. And
I did it my way. Ugh. Like, it's one of the things,
Yeah, he couldn't get Sinatra, so he sampled Paul Anka, which is just, like, sad.
I know.
It's like,
Hey, that's not a good substitute. I guess.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
And like, I understand what he's trying to do there. I don't think he lands.
I
really
hate the
don't.
Lenny Kravitz collab. too.
That features
Guns N' Roses?
that features the fucking cake sample. And it's fucking cake they're sampling, which blows my goddamn mind.
I just think that Lenny Kravitz, I don't know, Lenny Kravitz's, like, tone doesn't fit his. It's not that I think the song is bad, I just think,
it doesn't
I just
mesh.
don't think they were a great choice.
Well, because Jay-Z, he showed up on Lenny Kravitz's Storm around this time, too, when he was doing his big comeback thing, which I kind of was down with. But, yeah, I don't know. Shannon, you had your personal druthers, number 8, what would it be?
For me,
Yeah.
You said Volume 1, right?
I was thinking Volume 1, but
Now that we're having this discussion.
yeah, this is why this podcast
I know,
is so good.
it changes while you think about it.
Like, especially with Blueprint 2, because of so many hit misses at the same time. But it's hard for me to put that under. This is what I will say. I definitely can't put it under Volume 2 for me personally. But it's hard for me to argue. That's a hard argument for Volume 1 versus Blueprint 2 for me personally.
Like, I don't think that Blueprint 2 should be above anything else we haven't mentioned yet.
Exactly.
I think that it is, like,
I feel like
we're talking
these
about it
albums
in the right
we're talking
place.
about are in the right place.
The exact 3 spots, or
Right.
the 3 albums.
Okay, so for me, I would put Volume 2 at 8, Volume 1 at 7, and Blueprint 2 at 6.
Shannon?
Can you say that from a moment? He said Volume 1.
I would say...
Or Volume
I
2
would
at
say
8.
Volume 2 at 8, Volume 1 at 7, and Blueprint 2 at 6. But we can move that around a bit.
Right, because honestly, I personally also like Blueprint 2 at 6.
Okay. But you think that Volume 1 below Volume 2?
That's rough.
I'm fine with that.
I'm fine with that.
I'm fine with doing Volume 1 lower, because honestly, they're pretty close.
They're pretty close. I would agree with that.
Okay. Well, in that case, guys, let's go ahead, let's lock it in, and I kind of actually can't believe we've made this much progress so far. Guys, here's what we have so far when it comes to the official ranking on the Chartographers. It is number 12, Magna Carta Holy Grail, number 11, Volume 3, Life and Times of S. Carter. Number 10, The Blueprint 3. Number 9, Kingdom Come. Number 8, In My Lifetime, Volume 1. Number 7, Volume 2, A Hard Knock Life. And number 6, The Blueprint 2, The Gift and the Curse. That leaves us with, holy shit, these 5 albums. I can't believe we're going to talk about these 5 albums.
I can.
But guys, guess what? These 5 albums that we have left, we're going to talk about in our part 2 episode, which is coming up right after this, because we need a fucking break before we talk about these 5 albums. In the meantime, though, Shannon.
Yes.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. So realistically, these 5 albums is what I'm here for. Like,
No, right, exactly.
This is gonna be.
So I think it's pretty incredible to me how clear of a dividing line there is in this discography. We just got through the lower albums, the lesser albums, and now we're talking about his masterpieces.
Yes.
Like there's a very, very clear divide
Between-
in quality.
Yeah.
And I love how they are fully spread out through his entire career.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing is, like, we can talk about his weaker songs on, like, some of the things we put at 12 and 11, but he still bounced back from that.
Yeah, exactly.
Constantly.
Every time he put out a shitty record, he bounced back and gave us a masterpiece.
And that's what I love about, like, honestly, these last 5 albums, to me, all of these are classic hip-hop albums.
Completely.
It's just how you feel where you align them. So, this is going to be difficult. Well, it's not going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult.
It is. It
It's going to be
absolutely is.
difficult.
It's
not-
not
it's-
different opinions.
It's not going to be difficult in the sense that I will not be mad however it's laid out. But it will be difficult in a sense for me to get over how I feel about my pick.
Right.
Because I'm like, I've argued it so much. Like, you guys don't know. Like, I've argued these 5
I love
so
that you've
much
had practice.
in the past year that I've had so much practice. I just love hearing people's opinion on what they think these 5 are. So that's why it's exciting for me.
All right, well, guys, it's exciting for us, too. We're not going to mention these albums that we ranked on the next episode, so do us a favor, find us on our fucking Facebook, and leave us your ranking. We are dying to know what you think. Shannon will clap back at you, and it's going to be goddamn great. But do that. In the meantime, if you also have opinions, feel free to go ahead, review and rank us on iTunes. It helps out with the visibility of the show. We're also on Stitcher and SoundCloud and all these other goddamn places, so follow us, let us know. We want to know your thoughts. We actually do. We kind of care. Also, the Chartographers at gmail.com if you're a member of Rock Nation and want to email us. But, like, actually not like, but not like a fan of Rock Nation. Like, I want you to be, like, really a part of the organization that you can email us. That's okay.
If you ask, they're never going to do it.
I know, but in the meantime, though, keep on listening because you know that will be. Have a good one, guys. Goodbye.
Heat of the moment, I thought that I could myself.
Shannon, say something.
Something.
To knock the hustle for real.
All right, cool.